Going to be doing another limiting reactant problem. It says zinc and sulfur react to form zinc sulfide according to the equation Zn plus X plus S makes ZnS. So that equation is already balanced. There's one Zn on the left, one Zn on the right, one S on the left, one S on the right. So we have to start the same way we did yesterday. We start with 25 grams of zinc. Is 25.0, so we have how many significant figures? 3. Okay, I've got to think about what I want to go to next. In B, it says I want to go to how many grams of zinc sulfide will be formed. So I can either go to moles of zinc sulfide or I can go all the way to grams. I'm going to go to moles because that's going to set me up for 2 more problems. Okay, so I start with 25 grams of zinc. Since I've got grams on top, I'm going to put grams on bottom. My only conversion factor I know that has grams in it has grams and moles. And that would be the molar mass of zinc. So from the periodic table, the molar mass of zinc is equal to 65.38 grams per mole. Since it's touching the gram part, I'm going to write in 65.38 grams for every 1 mole. Now I can use my mole ratio. I get rid of the mole Zn, I put it on bottom, and I go to moles of what I'm looking for, which will be ZnS, the zinc sulfide. My balanced chemical equation said for every 1 mole of Zn, I will make 1 mole of ZnS. I multiply straight across on the top to get 25.0 moles of ZnS. I divide it by the bottom, which is 65.38, and I will get 0.48, what? 0.48 0.382 moles of ZnS. Now I'm going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to start with my other reactant this time. Just 30 grams of sulfur. Okay, so I've got 30 grams of sulfur. I don't want my answer in grams, so I'm going to put grams of sulfur on bottom. I've only got one conversion factor that has grams in it. That's molar mass. So I'm going to put moles of sulfur on top. I'm going to calculate the molar mass of sulfur, which is pretty easy because it's on the periodic table. Molar mass of sulfur from the periodic table is 32.066 grams per mole. Since the 32.066 is touching the grams, I put it next to the grams. And 1 mole. Now I'm going to use my molar ratio again to change between compounds. I got 1 mole of sulfur. I got 1 mole of zinc sulfide. Multiply straight across on the top. I have 30.0 grams of zinc sulfide divided by 32.066. And that'll give me what number? 0.936 grams of ZnS. Okay. Oh, not grams. Made a mistake. That was supposed to be moles. ZNS. Moles. ZNS. Okay. Now I have to make my comparison. I look at my two compounds and which one made less product. The zinc made less product. 0.382 is much smaller than 0.936. So the answer for A is 25.0 grams of zinc. The next one is how many grams of zinc sulfide will be formed. So I'm going to start with my answer from A, which was 0.382 moles of zinc sulfide. And I'm going to convert that all the way to grams of zinc sulfide. I don't want my answer to be in moles, so I put moles on the bottom. So that means I need to calculate the molar mass of zinc sulfide. So I use the mass of zinc, which again was 65.38, plus the mass of sulfur, which is 32.066. And what do I get? 97.446 grams per mole. Touching the grams, so I'm going to put it on the grams. 97.446. Multiply straight across on the top, and what do I get? 37.2 grams of zinc sulfide. That is my answer for letter B. 37.2 grams of zinc sulfide. Okay, so since it's 37.28, that rounds to 3. Okay, now I go to how many grams of the excess reactant will remain after the reaction is over. So I had two reactants. I had zinc and I had sulfur. If I said that that zinc is my limiting reactant, that means that sulfur has to be my excess reactant. So I'm going to start again with what I got as my answer on A, 0.382 moles of zinc sulfide. And this time I'm going to go to grams of sulfur. So I've got moles on top of zinc sulfide, so I'm going to put moles of zinc sulfide on the bottom. I can use my mole ratio to go from moles of zinc sulfide into moles of sulfur. Now I've got sulfur on top, so I want to go to moles of sulfur on bottom. My ratio says I've got 1 mole of sulfur for every 1 mole of zinc sulfide. And I use the molar mass of sulfur, which I've already looked up. It's 32.066. I need to multiply straight across on the top. 0.382 times 32.066. What do I get? .2 grams of sulfur. Now this isn't how much I have left, this is how much I used. How much did I start with? I started with 30.0 grams of sulfur. I used 12.2 grams of sulfur, and that'll leave me with 17.8 grams of sulfur left. That's my final answer. That should be A, B, and C.